Hello, everyone. Welcome to Campus Catalyst here on ATU TV. My name is Theodosia Agbovi. Today's discussion is going to be based on examination malpractices, the issues associated with these practices where students involve themselves in. And we have in the studios the SRC Vice President and the Secretary who will be throwing more light on this topic. So stay with us. Right after this break, we will bring you more. From that break. Okay, so before we zoom into our discussions, I want to remind you that ATU Studio is open for any short courses you'd like to take in videography, photography, camera techniques and all, and even how to sit and talk like the way I'm talking here. We have all the programs lined up for you, so reach out to ATU Studios and then you will go through all this. So zooming into our discussions, I'll introduce to you the SRC Vice President of Accra Technical University, and he is in the person of His Excellency Aurelius Fiadugbe, and our Secretary, that is Honorable Zuleya Abdul Sumed. I'm not missing that name this time around. Okay, so you're all welcome to Campus Catalyst.
Thank you very much.
Okay, this is the second time you're having them in our studios, and we are excited that you are here once again. Okay, so we are talking about examination malpractices. So His Excellency, can you throw light on examination malpractices?
Okay, so examination malpractice is any deliberate act or of wrongdoing by a candidate that contradicts the examination rules governing the candidates.
Okay.
So when you indulge in any deliberate acts in or outside the examination hall that contradicts the rules is examination malpractice.
Malpractices. Wow. And I'm sure lots of students have fallen victim to this, and
Yes.
it is serious. Okay, so Honorable Zuleha, can you tell us instances of malpractices here on this campus?
Oh yes, there have been several instances of malpractice on our campus here. So currently last year, the malpractice cases were about 88 candidates that we had.
88 candidates?
Yes, 88. And from most of the cases, some were complaining they were late to the exams hall. That's why they brought in the foreign material. Some said they were rushing, so that's why they brought in their mobile phones, like all sort of excuses. And you could see most of them too were ignorant of the malpractice rules and regulations. They were very ignorant about it. I wouldn't say they are not aware of malpractice.
So what you're trying to say is that there are anti-malpractice campaigns on this campus?
Oh yes, there have been several malpractice campaigns on campus. Since I got to ATU here, level 100 there was a malpractice campaign, level 200 there was, and definitely we will be doing a malpractice campaign which is coming next week.
And you're saying students have seen all these campaigns, and yet 88 students fall victim to this on this campus.
Yes,
this is serious, and I think we all need to take part in these campaigns and not to fall victim to these issues, seriously. So we'll bring in more discussions right after this short break. that break. Okay, so His Excellency,
Yeah.
can you tell me some measures that have been put in place to curb all these instances of malpractices on this campus?
Okay, so previous administration do their best to do the say no to exam or practice campaign, but in our time we are putting a lot of measures in place. That is starting from today.
Okay.
That's what brought us here.
Okay.
So
To the studios. Okay.
after here, there are a lot of preparation. Next week Monday will be the launching and a seminar
Okay.
on say no to exam or practice, and there will be dignitaries coming to talk to us why we should abstain for exam or practice, and also how we can learn effectively so that we can acquire the knowledge that we one way or the other put on paper, or the reason why we send the phone to class to the exam rooms, so we can abstain from all those things in the process of learning effectively. And will be counsel, because we are doing it in collaboration with the guidance and counseling committee. So we'll be counsel for our wrongdoings, for the fears that we have for examination. Because some people have fears when they are
It's
about
time
to sit for
exams.
examination. So these are the things that make them to send the foreign materials to exam halls, and not only that, to prepare them enough so that they can abstain from all these practices, because they will be taking through the examination rules or as well. Because I realize that a lot of students are ignorant of the examination rules and the penalty for each.
Yes.
Wow. This I don't know how to put this, but this is very serious.
Yes.
Okay.
Serious.
The fact that you as a student, you know the rules and regulations governing the fact that you don't have to send foreign materials to the exams hall, but you do it. Why do you do that? I put it to you. Why do you do that? No, we need to stop. This is very serious.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me the consequences of indulging or putting yourself into this examination malpractice? Because my batch, I mean, right now, about 4 students was sacked. I mean, they've been sacked. They are not coming to class anymore.
Oh, okay.
And it's because they were caught involving themselves in this malpractice. So what are some of the consequences when they find you guilty of malpractices?
With this, we have hierarchies of punishment. Yes, that's how I would say it.
Yeah.
So we have from 1, caution,
Okay.
2, cancellation of exams paper,
Okay.
3 is rustication,
Okay.
4 withdrawal.
Wait, when you talk about the caution, we were in first year at the time when they rusticated. So why were they only given the caution? And
It
they were
depends,
rather
it depends
rusticated?
on the actual malpractice that the person was involved in.
Oh, okay.
You get me? So let's say you are in first year, and what you did was maybe the invigilator was trying to talk to you, then you acted rude, you disrespected the invigilator. That one, when you come, we'll caution you and tell you that this is against the rules.
Alright.
So don't do this again. You are being cautioned. So that's an
That's
example
just
of a malpractice that
okay.
you can be cautioned.
That is caution.
But
Okay.
let's say you are in level 100 and you are caught with a mobile phone in the exams hall.
Okay.
We can't caution you.
They can-
Because we know right from SHS, GHS, you have been taught about malpractice. You are aware of it. And when you came to this school, you were oriented.
So you have no excuses.
You have no excuse. Taking a mobile phone to the exams hall, you are fully aware it's an
what you're
act of a
doing.
malpractice. So taking it there has no excuse for you. So such a person, you will be either rusticated or your paper will be cancelled. Depends on the panel suggestion and the chairman of the committee, what he suggests. That's it.
If chairman says you're out of the school forever, then that is you're out
Oh
of the
yes,
school
yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
Out of the
No,
school
are there instances like that where they tell you
yes.
that is the end of the route for you in academic university?
Yes,
Yes.
there have been an instance.
What
like
is the
that.
level of malpractice that person indulged
Okay,
in?
so the level of malpractice that person involved himself in was, he was a guy, and this person had already prepared exams paper. One, where did you get the university's exams answer booklet from? Where did you get it from? and it was already prepared before you took it
Everything.
in. Everything was intact.
So he was
And it
just ready to replace.
Yes, it was written in pencil. So he was just taking it in to refill everything. He was asked, and he was even remorse in addition. I represent students on that committee, and I could plead for you on your behalf. So if it was withdrawal, I could plead for rustication. So that one, you go home, sit for a year, come back to continue your education. But this person we are talking about didn't show any sign of remorse. He was not even he didn't act sober. He was even more arrogant. He knew what he did. He was arrogant. He was not even replying to us how we expected him to talk to us.
So he was just ready to go home.
He was ready to go home. And such a person, we won't the chairman won't even be lenient with you. He will just go according to the laws, and that's what will be done.
Okay. So about the rustication, right?
Yes.
There are instances where the students say, "Oh, I'm shy to come back because if I do, my friends are ahead of me. I can't do this." Don't you think is affecting their mental health and all of that as well? Because the fact that you've been rusticated, your friends are ahead of you, and you coming back to the same university to continue your education must be draining.
So let's take it from this instance where you are in level 200 and you have to go home to sit for a year. You know you won't come back to meet your colleagues. By the time you will come back, we are done with school. So you won't come and meet us. So if you are someone who is really into education, you will definitely come back to complete your schooling.
Okay, fine. I get that point. For HND students, I'll say
yes,
that.
for HND
but
students.
for degree students,
For degree students,
that is high.
You will come and meet them. Yeah. Yes, but I will say that shouldn't scare you, or that shouldn't make you stop your education. You should come back nonetheless. You are here for a purpose. Don't look at what others will say of you or what others think of you.
Okay.
It's a mistake that happened, and everyone is born to do a mistake.
Yeah.
So once you've learned from that mistake by sitting home for a year, I think
should be able to
you
do
should
the
be
right
able,
thing.
yes, to do the right thing and overcome your fears.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, His Excellency, can you tell me some key things that these students need to take note of before going into the examination hall? Because it is that serious. I saw one student right beside me. He brought the paper out to start copying ditto, but he was so unlucky that the invigilator was watching where we were sitting. So unfortunately for him, he was caught and rusticated.
Yes.
So some key things that they must note.
Okay.
I'm reading it from the.
In fact, the vice president is ready to give you all the key things you must know, because it looks like they are ready for you today.
This is the rules.
Listen.
This is the rules and regulation governing examination.
Okay.
So, in the section 3.1, it states, it shall be an offense for a student or candidate to involve in examination or test, to sit an examination without student identification card or examination seat number. So meaning if you go to the exam hall without your ID card, it's a malpractice.
Yes.
And this is the penalty.
Okay.
Prevention or expulsion from the examination room and cancellation of relevant examination papers.
Okay.
So the paper should be taken as a receipt. So
Exactly.
another thing you should take note: enter the examination hall or room later than half an hour after the examination has started or has commenced. So that is 30 minutes after the examination has started. It's a malpractice.
And this is the slightest things that most of our students don't know. They are also malpractice. We don't even want to go into the big ones to even talk about them. But the slightest one that you might think is not anything, is something. For example, this ID card we are talking about.
Yeah.
Some of us don't take it serious. We are like, when I go, I'll plead, they will allow me to enter. It's a malpractice.
Some would say I can send my campus iCampus form to registration to show that it's not accepted.
It's not accepted.
It's not accepted, and that one, they will start rejecting it after 2 weeks into the examination, it is stated in the rules.
2 weeks.
Yes.
So the first week of the examination, it can be accepted.
Yes,
So
it
you are
can be
given the
permitted.
time to go and search for your
Not,
ID
not
card.
to search, you can even replace it.
You can even
do a
replace
new
it
one,
without
yes,
within
at
that
a cost.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, so it comes at a cost of 50 cedis.
50
so
cedis.
within this,
I think it's less than that.
It's less than that.
it's less
Yeah.
than that.
But
okay.
we can verify.
Verify that. Okay,
Yes,
we'll
so
verify
we
that.
do that.
So in addition to that, you see, one key thing that students must note is that when they refuse to fill the malpractice form issued to them at the exam center, it's also a malpractice. That with that you'll be ratificated.
Wow.
Yes,
And
because the reason why you are to fill the malpractice form is to state your reason why you are being issued the form.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you state the reason and you appear before the panel, you will go and explain yourself what happened, and you can be pardoned.
Okay.
and I even want to throw more light on this.
Okay.
Pertaining
Please do.
this malpractice form you are to fill.
Okay.
One, students should know it is not a crime to fill the malpractice form.
It is not a crime. Students, listen, it is not a crime to fill
fill the
malpractice form. It is not a crime.
Yes, see, there's one issue students really have with invigilators.
Okay.
And we are also telling you that don't let the invigilator intimidate you to write what you didn't do
do.
on the form.
Okay.
The form is served to you to write what you think actually happened
In the
because
form.
we have so many instances where people come and they be like, the invigilator asked me to write this. The invigilator, no, it's like you going to the police station and you are asked to write your statement. Are you going to write what the policeman is asking you to
Not
write?
at all.
No, write what you think happened. When you write that, when you come, the panel are going to read your statement. In fact, we are even going to give you your own statement to read it yourself to the panel. Is that your handwriting? Do you write it yourself? Are you out? So it's yours. And you'll be like, yes. Not now you are come to tell us that the invigilator asked me to write this. We don't do that. So please, we want students to know it's not a crime to write the statement and write what you think happened.
You
not
write what you think you
yes,
did.
not what the invigilator is accusing you of.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Alright.
what we want students to know.
Okay, so apart from the examination, anti-examination campaign, or
Yeah.
exactly, are there other measures that are being put in place? Because I want to know. Some will ignore the fact that okay, there are campaigns. Some wouldn't even attend the seminar because after all, oh, they always do it every year. We have seen it
Exactly.
and all of that. So what are what are measures put in place apart from the anti-examination malpractice campaign? What are other measures that are being put in place?
Okay, so as part of the preparation, we are going to do banners.
Okay.
We are going to do flyers, stickers. So the stickers will be placed in each exam hall, so that when you enter the exam hall, you will be able to read
What is there?
what is there,
Okay.
so that you abstain from it.
Okay.
And also, we'll do flyers that we'll share on social media. We'll do videos of sketch
Okay.
that people will portray what happened in the exam hall,
Okay.
and we'll share it on our social media handles. Yeah.
All right. Don't you think technology needs to play a part in this? Because I know other universities have cameras fixed in their exams hall, so even the invigilators are not even needed in those halls. Because at the end of the day, if they catch you camera red-handed, what excuse do you have? Don't you think it's about time that they put all it is in the pipeline that all
Yes.
these things are going to be put in place from the
Actually,
SRC?
yes. From management, we advocated for this because of theft cases also.
Okay.
So we advocated for CCTV cameras in the classroom and outside the classrooms.
Oh,
So
okay.
it is in a pipeline actually.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So this has been an interesting conversation here in the studios with the SRC Vice President and the Secretary. We will take Welcome back from that break. So before we wrap up, Vice President, sorry, His Excellency, do you have anything you'd like to say to the students?
Okay, so I'll say that uh, about the malpractice campaign, it is starting on Monday. Say no to examination malpractice. It is starting on Monday with a launching and a seminar. So with that seminar, you will be able to get vivid explanation of what examination malpractice is.
Okay.
And also, let me keep this with you.
Okay.
So say no to examination malpractice.
Say no to examination malpractice.
The S is spread awareness.
Spread awareness.
The A is advocate honesty.
Advocate honesty.
The Y is yield fairness.
Yield fairness.
N, nature responsibility.
And nature responsibility.
And O, optimize success.
Optimize success.
So
say no
is,
to
yes, say no to exam malpractice. So that is
malpractice.
say no.
Say no to exam malpractice.
Yes.
Honorable Zelaya, what do you have to say?
Okay, I would like to tell my people, my students, my friends, my sisters, my colleagues. See, I'm on the panel and I know what goes on there. And sometimes it's teary, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like, it's very heartbreaking. Even sometimes the chairman pities them, but nothing can be done. And especially my fellow females colleagues, I'm pleading, putting papers in your bras, putting papers somewhere else where you come in there. It's so embarrassing. I would like to plead with you, we should abstain from exams malpractice and we shouldn't indulge ourselves in them. And for we students as general, I know we have the fear when we are about to write exams.
Yeah.
But please, let's try as much as possible to learn and come and write. It's better you fail and have a receipt than to
be rusticated.
To be rusticated for a year.
For a year.
It's very serious.
Time.
Time has consumed. You've not done anything for a whole year. You are in the house. What will your parents say? Where are we going to get the money from again? That means instead of you spending 3 years as an HND student, you are spending 4. And as a BTech student who is supposed to spend 4, you are spending 5. Please, we are begging you now, so that when you come to the panel, there will be no begging. Whatever is in the rules and regulations is what will be dealt with.
Okay.
Yes, we are here for students and will always be here for students.
All right. So, thank you all for joining in the discussion on examination malpractice. Do not do it. Do not do it. As a student who is supposed to learn and write your exams, why are you doing that, Paul? Don't do that. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the discussion of today. Honorable Zelaya, Vice President, we are glad that you came here to have this discussion with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next time, same time here on Campus Catalyst. My name is Theodosia Aguvi.